Powers, earlier this week, you got to speak with a guy who knows his way around quarterbacking.
Yeah, and a program that's known for producing a lot of next-level talent at Highland Park.
Name one. Name one.
I bet you can't.
Okay, name 30.
It was junior quarterback Brennan Store. He's a player I really admire because we knew about him when he was a freshman, and he worked hard and bided his time to get his grasp on that starting job and paid his dues before taking reins at one of the state's most prolific high schools.
Here is Powers' conversation with Highland Park quarterback Brennan Store here on Texas Football Today.
Powers, and I'm joined with Brennan Store, Highland Park quarterback, for this week's segment on Texas Football Today, featuring one of the top prospects every week in the state of Texas. Brennan, I know that the wounds are a little bit fresh. You guys just got beat in the playoffs, but you personally had a big year. And before we kind of start to talk about, your personal game and all that stuff, just kind of recap what it was like going out there and playing with your seniors, being a part of a huge tradition at Highland Park. Just kind of recap what it was all like.
Yeah, Highland Park's a super special place, and I'm so thankful to all my coaches, and especially Coach Allen and Coach Corey, for just making this year so fun for me. And they always push me to be my best, and our senior class leadership was amazing. And I had the best year of my life. I had so much fun, and I'm really going to miss those guys.
What's it like playing for the man underneath the hat? I know a lot of people, he's not a guy that's easy to talk to for like a lot of us in the media and stuff, but you get to spend every day in practice with him. So what's it like playing for one of those true Texas high school football legends and head coach Allen?
Yeah, it's just such a blessing because, you can just see he's just such a great, you just know he's just different, in his coaching and his mentality, his approach to everything is just so unique and so meticulous. And, there's purpose behind everything he does. He accounts for everything. And he's been a great coach for me. He's taught me so much about the game. I mean, I already feel like, I could be a coach with how much, time I spent with him just going over stuff. And he teaches me so much, and I'm so grateful for it. I'm just glad that I get another year to learn all this stuff with him, and I couldn't ask for a better coach.
You kind of mentioned it. You got to start this year. You're a guy that we've known about, been on our radar actually since you were a freshman there at Highland Park, but it's not the type of program that you're going to come in and get elevated right up to the varsity squad. You have to go out, pay your dues, and earn it. How much more special does that make it to actually earn the recognition of being the starting quarterback there, and especially considering the fact that you were a talented guy that had to put the work in practice to earn that spot out there on the field?
Yeah, I mean, it's really humbling because, you can think you're amazing as a freshman, sophomore, whatever. Truth be told, you don't really see the field. Especially at quarterback. I wasn't going to see the field much freshman, sophomore year just because you just got to, adapt to the system. And, there's a lot to learn in our offensive system. You really got to become a master before, they're going to put you out there and think that you can win games. And, it is really special for me that, I'm the starting quarterback now because it's a lot of kids' dreams growing up in Highland Park in our community. Like, one day I want to be the quarterback. And that was just me, like so many people. That was just, one of my dreams. And for it to, finally happen. And, this year I was just so excited to get a chance, and it's truly been the best experience I've ever had.
Great history there at the quarterback position. Even watching Chandler Morris kind of arrive on the scene at TCU in his first game and go out and pick up a victory for the home, closer to a hometown. Horned Frogs is pretty cool, but it doesn't stop there. You got a quarterback at Hawaii that's doing really good. Do you like coming up in that program? Are those the type of guys that you look up to? Did you have anybody that you kind of like really kind of studied their game and was hopeful that that's who you turned out like?
I really, it's crazy how many talented quarterbacks I, just watched going to Highland there when I was little. And I really just focused on being the best version of me because, I always told myself I want to be the best, and I want to be the greatest. And that's what I'm chasing. And I look up to those guys so much, like John Stephen Jones and Chandler. they won state championships. They really left their mark on the program. And for me, that's the important part. It's just putting a banner up in that stadium and people remembering my class. And that's really my goal is just, I really want to get a state championship for the community and leave my mark.
Man, I can't help but notice the Big Ben jersey behind you, Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah.
He's been a great quarterback in the NFL for a long time, but he's Big Ben, and you're Brennan Storr. Is there a guy that you look up to in the NFL? You're 2 games on the field. Even I can see that he's one of your heroes, but your 2 games on the field couldn't be more different.
Yeah, my parents are huge Steelers fans, so my dad actually got these for his anniversary, and now he let me put them in my room. But that's why I wear 7, because I was a big Steelers fan. But who I look up to in the NFL now, Kyler Murray, honestly, because I trained with his dad, and he's been such a great coach to me. And I've got to see I've been to Kyler's last game as a senior, and ever since then I've just really looked up to him. I mean, he's such a unique player, and I've really just always want to be able to, I don't think I'm quite as fast as him, but I've really looked up to what he can do with his legs, and really tried to incorporate that in my game.
One thing that I noticed when breaking down your film from this season is that you're not a guy that's afraid to take chances, push the needle, no matter what play's been called, right? Like, you seem to be like a guy who likes to press the action, I guess is the best way to explain it. What do you feel like your biggest strengths are? That's what I noticed about your game that I really like. What do you feel like are your biggest strengths as a player? What sets you apart?
Well, Coach Allen always says you got to risk it for the biscuit. So, I try and take my shots and just have, confidence I can take shots downfield. And I really try and put the secondary in bad position. But I probably think my best attribute is just being able to extend plays. I think this year it's been really helpful because there's been a lot of instances where people haven't been open, play breaks down, and plays I've turned into touchdowns or first downs. Like against Rockwall, we went for it on, I think it was 4th and 12, and I got blitzed and play broke down, and I rolled out and threw one in the end zone, pretty much sealed the game. So I think just extending plays and being creative is my best attribute.
I know that you're not going to pat yourself on the back, so for the fans that are listening, I'll throw your numbers out there. You completed over 66% of your passes this year for over 2,500 yards, scored 33 total touchdowns, and picked up quite a few yards on the ground as well. And I know that's starting to catch some colleges' eyes. You're starting to pick up some offers and some attention. Schools that have extended you an offer so far are schools like Kansas, Kent State, Texas State, Illinois State. What's it like kind of going through the recruiting process and at least having the comfortability to know you're going to be a next level guy because you have some of these offers on the table?
Yes, sir. Yeah. I mean, it's a blessing. I'm really fortunate to be in this position. But, it's a product of hard work, and sometimes people don't appreciate how much time, not just me, but others who want to go to the next level put in. And it's just been years of hard work, and it's always been my dream. And I'm just fortunate to be in that position. But recruiting, it's hectic. It's fun getting to talk to a bunch of different coaches, trying to imagine yourself in different places. I think, that's the best part. It's just like, I can see myself here. I can see myself there. So, it's fun, but it's also kind of stressful. But, I'm lucky I'm even in this position.
Outside of those schools that have offered, what are some of the programs that are out there that you feel like are probably the most serious about being maybe the next school to step up with an offer, or maybe invite you out to camp where they can really get an extended look at you throw?
Sure.
Who are some of those programs that are turning up the heat, I guess?
I'd say the programs I talk to the most probably Cincinnati, Houston, SMU, Tulsa, Baylor, Texas Tech, Penn State, and, a few others. And I think, it's going to ramp up pretty soon. And, I'm just looking forward to being able to get on campus. I'm going to the Baylor game this weekend to check them out. So I'm just excited. Season's over now, and once college season wraps up, I'm sure I'm going to be going to a bunch of places, just visiting. So.
when it comes down to it, I mean, I know that you're going to be looking for the right fit both academically and athletically, right? Like you're going to probably look for a school that offers you a good total package. But is there something out there that you feel like that is really important to you in the decision making process that may be different, or do you have to have a Whataburger? I mean, what is something that you feel like that you would really be looking for personally to try to set maybe a school apart from the pack?
Man, yeah, it's a hard question. I would say for me, it's really just, strong team bond, that like the culture, because, coming from my high school, at Highland Park, we have such rich tradition and cultures, and it makes it really special and fun to be in that program. And, I'd like to be somewhere where there's, a great culture and lots of traditions set, because that's something I really value. And then just, belief, I just want coaches that'll believe in me and, that just want me there.
Man, it might have been a tough question, but you dealt with it pretty easily. You had a great answer for it. So, I mean, I think that's something great to be looking forward to, especially coming from a program like Highland Park. That's probably the expectation you should have when picking a school, because you don't want to have a letdown, So I think it's a great answer, man. Just wanted to say thanks for the time. You got a lot of fans out there who are paying attention to your game, and if there's anything that we can help you with at Dave Campbell's Texas Football, feel free to tag us some tweets and do that kind of stuff. We're going to be definitely monitoring your career.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Hey, thanks for watching this clip here on YouTube. If you like this kind of stuff and you want more of it, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And remember, you can watch us live every weekday at noon at TexasFootball.com, Facebook, Twitch, or here on YouTube. And if you want more of the best coverage of football in the state of Texas, check out TexasFootball.com and become a Dave Campbell's Texas Football Insider at TexasFootball.com/subscribe.